My cousin Daniel called me out of nowhere with an invite. Dude, you gotta see this lighthouse. It's abandoned, middle of nowhere, and the view is insane. I frowned. An abandoned lighthouse? Where even is it? He pulled up a blurry photo from some message board. Off the coast, past this fishing village. Locals don't go there. They say it's cursed. I told him it was a bad idea, but Daniel never listened. 2 days later, we were on a ferry, then a rickety boat that an old man barely agreed to take us in. He kept muttering under his breath, "Don't stay when the tide turns." The lighthouse sat on a jagged rock island. No dock, no ropes, just slippery stone steps covered in moss. The air felt thick, not salty, like the sea should be, but stale, like air that hadn't moved in years. Inside, it was cleaner than it had any right to be. No broken glass, no graffiti, no seabird nests. The spiral stairs were spotless, like someone scrubbed them every day. Daniel laughed. Perfect place to crash, right? I didn't answer. The silence pressed in, heavy. No gulls, no waves, not even the wind. Just stillness. We set up sleeping bags in the keeper's quarters. I took a picture with my phone. The flash lit the walls, showing neat little scratches running in circles around the room. I brushed it off. Rats, maybe. At midnight, I woke to a sound. A low, dragging moan. Like the sea itself was trying to breathe through the rocks. Then came a rhythm. Footsteps, echoing up the spiral staircase. Slow, wet, deliberate. Daniel whispered, "You hear that?" Before I could answer, something scraped against the outside wall. Like nails, but longer. We stayed frozen until dawn. When we stepped outside, I saw something carved into the lighthouse base. Figures of people, bent backward, spines arched into circles. Dozens of them. Every single one was facing our room. "Those weren't here last night," Daniel muttered. "How do you know?" I asked. He didn't reply. The next night, the sounds came again, closer. This time, there was a smell. Sweet, but rotten, like fish left to rot in the sun. Then came laughter, high-pitched, but wrong. Like someone trying to laugh with a throat full of water. I grabbed my phone and snapped a photo out the window. The flash lit up a figure at the edge of the rocks. Tall, too tall. Its arms dangled past its knees. Its shoulders were sharp points. Its head tilted sideways. The flash went off, and it vanished. Only the rotten stench lingered. When I checked the photo in the morning, the lighthouse wasn't in it. The whole frame was washed out white. And in the middle of that white was one of those bent figures, grinning with a cut-thin smile. We panicked. We tried to leave, but the boat was gone. No rope, no sign it was ever there. The tide had risen high around the rocks. Too high. We tried climbing down anyway, but the steps twisted in ways they hadn't before. The path led us back up to the top, over and over. That's when we saw the cairns. Little piles of rock balanced in circles all around the island. Each pile had a shell on top, carved with that same circular figure. Daniel went pale. "We're not supposed to be here," he whispered. By dusk, we stumbled back inside the keeper's quarters. Only it wasn't the same. The beds were turned, our packs stacked neatly in the corner. And on the table, where my phone should have been, was a Polaroid. It showed two tall figures standing back to back, their spines bent into perfect circles. Between them, something smaller hung in the air, something with Daniel's face. We ran again, but every hallway spiraled back on itself. Every door opened to the same room. And the whole time, that dragging, wet breathing followed us. I don't remember getting home. I just woke up in my apartment days later. On my desk was my phone. The last photo was of the keeper's room. Two tall figures were there, bent in circles. And between them was a third figure, me. Now, every night, I hear the moan of waves in my walls. My windows drip salt water. And sometimes, right before dawn, I catch the smell of sweet, rotten fish.